Hello, I'm Sora Luxon, and this is Magic Lesson number 47, New Year Manifestations. As we all begin another solar cycle, Happy New Year to everyone, to all of you. So many blessings on you and all of yours. My brothers and sisters of the great work of the craft. We are none of us alone as we greet this year with our arms open wide to all of the great and wonderful lessons and manifestations it has in store for us. A blessed new year to you. By your will and mine, it progresses filled with such magic and illumination. Also, another one of my big thank yous to everyone who takes the time to message and email and Instagram comment and Facebook review and all of those sorts of energetic transfers that so many people take the time to do. A day doesn't go by that I don't feel the inspiration and touch of our shared exchanges. Although, of course, I may not have a chance to reply to each individually, I do read every comment and message sent, and I am ever grateful for the generosity, the kindness, the intuitive insights so many of you offer so freely. With the greatest humility and compassion, return to all of you in kind by me. Thank you. I generally don't respond to questions that have already been answered in one of the channel's YouTube videos. So if you're one of those people who has asked a question and felt like it hasn't gotten a response and perhaps even re-emailed me the same message to my inbox, please know that if a lot of time has gone by, there's a good chance that your answer might already be somewhere else. I know some people have trouble understanding that I really can't answer the same question repeatedly to every individual, but the videos are always there for you to listen to when you choose to, and comprehension is in a constant state of evolution for all of us. That's what today's manifestation lesson is going to be about. I was looking through a lot of these emails, and this was kind of where my intuition led me. Not only do we not have to understand everything, but often our interpretation of the same information changes and grows as we do. Nothing's in a state of constancy. That's occult 101, right? Everything changes, everything moves. It's okay to not always understand. The ability to patiently, calmly hold a state of non-understanding while keeping balance is a huge part of what occultism provides to its practitioners. It's okay to be confused. It's okay to not get somewhere every time, or to get where someone else is coming from, maybe. To not place a judgment on that, or them, or yourself. None of us have to have an emotional reaction to that sense of seeming displacement we might have when we can't agree or don't comprehend something or simply have no idea what the heck might be going on around us. That kind of confusion, that's often the psychological storm in our daily lives. That's what a trained adept faces head on, calmly, with a smile, and with great compassion. Not just for those around them, but for themselves. There's really no such thing as stupid. That's just blame, a judgment label we all too often place on ourselves or others when we can't gain the greater perspective we might wish to be having in a moment about something or someone, right? It's easier to call it dumb. We'll blame it. But we're all one. Respecting others is a form of respecting ourselves, and that's something we really need to keep in mind. And not only that, but respecting ourselves by not blaming ourselves for things we don't understand is also another way of respecting others. No one's dumb. And when you take a moment to, I don't want to use the word forgive because it can have implications that I don't mean to imply, but in a general way, if you take a moment to forgive yourself, to dissolve a judgment or that judgment, say It's the judgment of, oh, I'm being dumb. When that thought pops into your mind, if you take a moment to dissolve that, you're also forgiving and dissolving it for everyone else, because we're all connected. We're all one. So first, important manifestation technique for the new year, manifest less blame against you in your life by intentionally being more respectful to yourself. Spoken language, verbal harmonics, is a touchstone of the occult, of magic. It's a profoundly powerful energetic resource and source. Spoken language is a huge energetic resource. So magically, you can invoke a very real power of potential by noticing when you say something like, that was stupid of me, and immediately, verbally, taking a heartbeat to acknowledge that harmful casting you just created against yourself or maybe someone else, forgive it, dissolve it in yourself, and match that negative impetus with a positive one. And you can do that out loud. You can do it internally as well. But verbal harmonics have power in ceremonial ritual. So if you say out loud against the negative impetus that or thought you just had of, oh, I'm stupid, or oh, that person's being dumb, and you stop, dissolve that, and say out loud, no, I'm not stupid. I'm exactly as I'm meant to be in every breath, in every second of my being. Thus, the circle is then completed, and as beneficial chemicals, synapses, verbal particulate frequency vibrates, you create open wave space mentally, physically, and spiritually for yourself and those around you. You'll also notice that it really does have the immediate spell side effect of you getting blamed for less stuff. And I'll be a little more detailed about that in a minute. I'll explain what I mean by that. But it really does have this other great byproduct, right? You'll negatively be critiqued less by those in your proximity sphere. I'm trying to think of an example. Let's say you're going grocery shopping. I don't know. You have coffee, right? You spill coffee when you're parking your car. So now you've spilled coffee in your car and you're going, oh my gosh, I'm so dumb, right? You have that immediate emotional, possibly visceral reaction, or that actual thought in language in your mind, or just that sensation of negativity and critique against yourself, that I'm so stupid. I can't believe I did that moment, right? If you take the time to say, while you're sitting alone in your car, right? No, wait, I'm not stupid. I'm the fulfillment of everything the universe has energetically contrived into being in this moment. I might not know why, but spilling this coffee was meant to be. My action of doing so was perfectly engineered by the all intended to be. It's a glorious manifestation of universal expression. I'm not dumb, right? This so-called accident of spilling this stupid coffee in my car, it isn't stupid. Why am I saying that, right? This so-called accident of spilling, it wasn't really accidental at all from a larger perspective, and it wasn't dumb. I forgive myself that incredibly harsh assessment. Humbly acknowledge that I have judged myself wrongly, and now I take the time, because of my training or my intention, to notice and accept in myself that this happened, and this spilled coffee is absolute perfection in action, as myself am. See, you're going to feel better, right? Your endorphins go up, your blood pressure goes down. You suddenly see how ridiculous it is to have any kind of an emotional reaction towards something as simple as spilled coffee. You also suddenly might feel taller, more confident. You now have all the mental and spiritual space in the world at hand to step out of your car and accept the vague seeming transgressions of others. You will, in a very real way, feel ascended above it. But if all of that isn't enough to set you on the path to applying this occult energetic correspondence technique, I can do you one better with Magick. When you get out of the car and then, say, accidentally bump into someone while walking through the parking lot because you glanced down to make sure that the coffee didn't get on your pants that you just spilled in your car, when you bump into them, they won't get angry. No joke. It's a byproduct of the energetic shift you created and now carry when or if you make another error in proximity to another individualized energetic pattern or entity. The polarized swing of the pendulum carries forward in a very real and authentic way. Scientifically, this could be described through subtle changes in your body language that other people are going to pick up on and then communicate with despite themselves subconsciously. That's one way of looking at it. But if you forgive yourself or others near you, others will become more forgiving near you, even if you do it silently or in another room. And they have no clue that you just spent 30 seconds quietly with trained focus, permitting the universe to be causation and effect while intentionally withholding judgment of those descriptors. If you do that, they're going to be more forgiving. And they won't need to hear you talking to yourself in your car to have that effect. So obviously, a worthwhile endeavor for the organism as a whole and for us initiates individually. And if you really want to start adding some ritual or Enochian or ceremonial techniques to this form of occult practice, you can anchor it with a simple finger mudra, right? As you say, I just called myself dumb. I'm not dumb. I'm the whole of the universe's potentials, right? Anchor that by touching your fingers together, a subtle gesture that you might keep privately to yourself. Perhaps a specific visualization of a symbol or a sigil you yourself might have created that attaches to this specific practice, right? That's really going to add power to the energetic transformation that you're creating. So that's today's and this year's new lesson from me to you, which is really just us talking to ourselves in a way. A little profound spelled ritual pick-me-up that can magically improve your day, especially on those why did I get out of bed type mornings. And also useful if you, say, accidentally scratch your parents' car or knock over someone's favorite vase because you don't know the layout of their living room very well. They'll hardly notice if you've been spell casting this bad boy occult ceremony on yourself during your day. Until next time.